It's vloggy. It's a thing. So I guess it's a vloggy thing.
Alright, good. Yeah, it looks like it's going. Hey, I'm DurchBurch. How's it going, people? So, let's see. No major video is coming out today other than this one. But I actually have things that I can, talk about, so that's neat. So, if you haven't noticed yet, it's October. So, Halloween's coming up. It's, October 20-something. It's the 23rd today. But, it's coming around the bend. So I thought I might show off a little bit of my costume. So, just gonna pull up. I have a walking stick. Here's the end. What's tied to it are these. These are real bones. They're deer bones. And they rattle and they clatter. The wind chime. Okay, lay that there. Yeah, that's good. But, not only that, well, I guess I should explain what that's for. So that's for my Halloween costume. It's basically going to be an animal necromancer, like a zoo necromancer. My brother calls it a vulture witch. So whatever you see it as, basically, I reanimate dead animals, and I'm going to be wearing a shirt that says volunteer under it, and it's going to be that I'm a modern day version of this, and I work at I volunteer at an animal shelter that happens to be a kill shelter. I volunteer at the Humane Society pretty much, and I keep the animals alive after death, I guess. Yeah. Activism in a weird direction, I guess, is the way I look at it. But not only that, other things that are coming up and happening and stuff are, I just had them, rather in the past, things that happened, Make a Difference Day happened. I didn't get any footage this year, but it did happen. I enjoyed that. I got together with a larger group this time from my college's nerd clubs. We all got together. We had about, I think 10 of us. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we had about 10 of us. And we went up to a day camp, about 20 minutes north of where we are now. And we went there and we helped them set up for an event they were doing the next day, which is like a leadership summit for local teens, I think it was. We helped trim some branches on some trees that they had, because they were having a wedding coming up. And then we helped them take care of their horses, because they're also, they're an equestrian day camp. They do their leadership skills and stuff like that. They teach that through exercises related to the horses, which I think is pretty cool. Really nice people. They supplied us with a lunch, which is nice. It was a fun time. It was pretty enjoyable. I would say it was more enjoyable than last year's, but I didn't get any footage of it, even though I could have and wanted to. I just completely forgot that I was going to. So yeah. Trying to think. I feel like there was more that I wanted to say about things coming up. Feel like there was more. I can't think of it right now, though. I apologize for how yawny I am today. It is still fairly early in the morning. Like, I showered recently, and yeah, then I read some stuff, and then did this. I guess I had more Spoopy Sprite Fests coming up. But that's kind of to be expected this time of year. But yeah, like, specifically, it's probably going to be another Pokemon-related one, so long as I'm using Viridian Forest as the theme. If not, I might do something otherwise spooky and foresty, but I don't know what yet. And the main reason I didn't see it live was because of Pokemon Go having Gen 3 Go Sin now. Also, I'm just gonna rant for a couple seconds. Dusclops is awful in Pokemon Go, at least CP wise. But I mean that mainly comes from the fact that Dusclops has 40 base HP in game, and its defenses are really high. It's like all it has going for it is high defense. I thought it was high HP and it didn't have much of anything else, but no, it was the other way around. It had the defenses and low HP. And then Dusknoir has 5 more HP and 5 more of each defense. I never knew it was that minor of a shift, at least in defenses. I knew that the attack stat went up and stuff like that, but man, like a 1400 max CP. Dusclops, it has me shook. Like, my Banet's 1200 right now, and I'm not even at level 30 yet, so it hasn't, or actually I'm not even at level 40 yet, because they've been moved to where it stopped scaling at. Man, 1400? Are you kidding me? It's nothing. Nothing. Ugh. I apologize again. I'm not sure if there's anything else of any import worth talking about. Trying to think. I guess not really. I'm wearing my Guy Fieri shirt / Final Fantasy 15 shirt right now. Wants to straighten out enough to be easily read. There we go. It's a cool shirt. I guess this is really about it. Got a cool plan for a Halloween costume using actual bones as props. Did make a difference. I didn't do Humans vs. Zombies this year, last year, when I did the Make a Difference Day thing with stuff. It also had the Humans vs. Zombies immediately before it, but because this year, there was no way I was going to do the same thing I did last year. It was Humans vs. Zombies, and then a day of manual labor, ending in a night of video games. There was no way I was going to do that. So instead I just played board games, instead of going to the actual physical activity that the same club was organizing. So, yeah. I heard it was a good year, though. But, yeah. Don't really have anything lying around to remind me of anything that I was going to talk about, so I guess that's everything I was going to talk about. Never mind. The Fakemon game that I'm working on with a group of friends is coming along nicely. We're chugging through sprites. We have a decent amount of concept art stockpiled in the writing process. Like, I think I still have probably like 8 or 9 sprites that I have to do at some point. But we also proposed the game to the first professor on campus that we're going to, and I think I mentioned this during a stream, but I haven't mentioned this in a more, or in a less distracted form. But basically, what we did was we were originally going to try and have a time when, you know, multiple of us could meet, like the 2 producers of the game that are on campus at this point, because one of the main producers graduated, and doesn't even feel comfortable calling himself a producer, even though he was one of the ones who helped come up with the idea and cement the concept of making the game. But anyways, the first on-campus professor that we've approached about the game said yes. He was a comp sci professor, and he was worried that we were going to ask him to like help us program it or something. And as soon as he found out that we were doing everything, it was just his likeness, and not necessarily even his name. He was just like, "Oh, okay, this is fine." Like, he was worried. He was like, "Oh man, if I have to help these noobs write code." Yeah. But no, it went really well. I didn't get to go to the meeting, but my friend, the other producer, did, and it went really well. I put in some like little jokes referencing the professor's classes, because he uses GitHub. I was referencing the terminal commands for GitHub that we used in his like pre-gym battle thing, because gym leaders are based on professors. We actually don't just have gym leaders, we also have a system planned for what are called scholars, and scholars are basically the gym leaders, but scattered. It's kind of like how there's in Sun and Moon, there's the island trial, or there's the island challenge and the trial captains. But beyond the trial captains, there are other, basically, trial captains that were there, like, her name Mina, the painter, was not in Sun and Moon as a trial captain, but is in Ultra Sun and Moon as a trial captain. So they kind of there's that fluidity there. We'll take that, basically put her into the original game, saying like she could be a trial captain, like, but you randomly find her somewhere and you fight her, basically, and that's what the scholars are. But there's one of those for every type. So there's 8 gym leaders, you get your 8 badges, you do the Elite Four, and then you go and you actually go up against the scholars, and the scholars are type-specific, specialized gym leaders, basically scattered around the world. And they usually relate more closely to a legendary, or to a region of a map, or, you know, anything, like. But yeah, they're really a neat concept that we're excited to implement. Some of my favorite things that we're doing right now in the game is, or gets game related, is we're making desktop backgrounds of our different Pokemon, like minimalistic backgrounds, we're taking the concept art, we're drawing digital art over it, and then we're taking that digital art that's drawn over it, and we're rendering out, or not rendering, and we're running it through a vectorizer, and then the vector that comes back from that is then used, first we make the digital art, and then we remove the outlines from the digital art. We just have that saved as a separate layer. We just make that go away, save it as a new PNG, and then we take that and make vector art from that. And then we take that vector art that has no outlines, but it just has the fill colors. We take that and we put it over a background, and then remove some of the color. But it's like you get the exact structure of the concept art, the exact structure of the sprite, plus or minus a couple of minor tweaks, and you get that in return, and it's just, it looks phenomenal, it looks amazing. And there are some things that I've realized doesn't work as well for using like a main body color, because if you use a color from the main body, you lose so much of the important forms. Like we have one line that literally is just 2 colors. There's 3 colors total on its thing, but there's 2 main colors. There's the body colors. And if you use either of the 2 main body colors, you lose so much detail, because there's detail on top and detail on the bottom. And if you get rid of that, you just lose it. It's gone. It's not coming back. And so instead of that, we could hypothetically have made 2 separate ones, but instead of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just, use a 3rd color and then we get this like really strong contrast between the the 2 there and the background and stuff. But that looks pretty neat. But anyways, I'm gonna head out and do other stuff and continue getting ready for classes and stuff for the day. I guess I will see you on Wednesday in another video, and then Thursday and Friday in streams. Yeah. 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 I have a wall right here. I'm up against the wall. Yeah, but whatever. Bye. Farewell. I'm done. Ugh.
Thanks so much for watching my video. You see those thumbnails? The one on the left is recommended to you by YouTube. The one on the right is my most recent video. If you want to see more of my content, don't hesitate to subscribe. I'm also on the channel Pokemon News, so feel free to swing by and say hi.